Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital 2-week spoilers September 23rd to October 4th. Heather shields Alexis in Pentonville. General Hospital 2-week spoilers from September 23rd to October 4th. 2023 See Alexis Davis is scared. Heather Weber is hopeful, and Holly Sutton may actually be helping out for a change. General Hospital spoilers next 2 weeks. Alexis Davis stuck behind bars. In General Hospital spoilers for the 2 weeks ahead, see Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, talks to Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, at a bar, telling him the universe is trying to tell her something. She thinks she's destined to never have a baby. Meanwhile, on General Hospital, Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, has a talk with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Setton, at the Quartermaine mansion, about his dead mother and cookies. Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, offers advice to T.J. Ashford, Taj Bello, about not giving up on love. GH spoilers see Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, and Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, disagree about the Jagger, Adam Harrington shooting case. Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, is the top suspect, but Chase can't ignore the fact that Dante's dad, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, is a top suspect. Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, runs interference for someone, while TJ opens up to his aunt Stella Henry, Vernee Watson. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, and Sonny strategize, with her possibly pushing back on being his alibi in General Hospital spoilers. Alexis has a frank talk with her new lawyer, Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight. His stance is that Alexis Davis is best served by the guilty party being arrested. Of course, that's the guy paying for Alexis' lawyer. GH spoilers 2 weeks. Heather Weber promises help. GH spoilers for Wednesday, September 25th brings an emotional discussion between Christina Corinthos, Kate Monsey, and her dad, Sonny, as she worries about Alexis. Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, visits Carly, likely unhappy that she gave an alibi to the real killer and her mom Alexis is in jail. Also, Molly meets with Alexis' lawyer, Martin, while Jordan Ashford opens up to Dr. Isaiah Gannon, Sarandie Wilson. We'll also see Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, get crushing news, likely about his sister Lulu Spencer's, Alexa Havens, declining health on General Hospital. Spoilers have Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, is gloating, and Ned Quartermaine, Wally Kurth, gets shocking information. Drew Quartermaine, Cameron Matheson, interrupts Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell. Also, this week, Heather Weber promises Alexis help in Pentonville. Of course, Heather knows her way around since she's been there a while. I do wonder if Alexis advises Heather Weber on her case. Friday, September 27th spoilers confirm Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, gives Natalia Ramirez, Eva LaRue, Deception CFO, a history lesson about Tracy or Sonny. Carly and Jack Brennan, Charles Measure, are at the WSB office, looking stressed while viewing a monitor. Diane enjoys a night out with Robert Scorpio. And Holly Sutton takes a gamble and makes a big move, hopefully to free Jason, Anna, and Lucky from Sidwell. Pentonville is no stranger to chaos, but this week, General Hospital delivers a jaw-dropping twist that turns the prison walls into a psychological battlefield. Alexis Davis, now serving time after her legal downfall, faces a chilling new threat, and it comes from none other than Heather Weber, the unpredictable and deadly wild card of Port Charles. But Heather isn't just stirring up trouble, she's playing a long game, one that could end in Alexis's redemption, or her ruin. A prison power play begins. When Alexis entered Pentonville, she did so with a quiet dignity, accepting her sentence and trying to make peace with her past. But that peace is shattered the moment Heather Weber is transferred into the same wing. The guards whisper, the inmates scatter, and the once-contained calm turns to tension overnight. Heather has always had a flair for theatrics. Her arrival is marked by that unmistakable smirk, the kind that makes even the toughest criminals uneasy. She's been through every ward, every psych eval, and somehow keeps resurfacing like a ghost that refuses to stay buried. Long time no see, counselor, Heather says with a grin when she spots Alexis during mealtime. The nickname, counselor, drips with sarcasm, a haunting reminder of the brilliant attorney Alexis once was, and how far she's fallen. At first, Alexis tries to avoid her. She focuses on her writing, keeping her head down. But Heather isn't one to be ignored. Within days, rumors start swirling that Heather owns the cell block. The guards look the other way, favors are traded, and anyone who crosses her winds up bruised, or worse. And then Heather does something unexpected. She shields Alexis from a brutal inmate confrontation. The unlikely protector. It happens in the laundry room. Two inmates corner Alexis, ready to make her pay for an imagined slight. Heather appears out of nowhere, grabbing a broomstick and brandishing it with terrifying precision. Within seconds, the would-be attackers retreat. Alexis, shaken, stammers out a thank you, but Heather waves it off with a smile that's more unsettling than reassuring. Don't mention it, sweetheart. Can't have anyone messing with my favorite lawyer/author. From that day on, Heather becomes Alexis's self-appointed protector. It's not out of kindness. It's strategy. Heather needs something, and Alexis knows it. But the question is, what could Heather Weber possibly want from a disgraced lawyer-turned-prison journalist? A dangerous alliance. Heather begins to confide in Alexis, spinning tales of redemption. She claims she's changed, that she wants to reconnect with her family, particularly Esme and Ace. But Alexis senses manipulation. Heather's eyes gleam not with sorrow, but calculation. Still, Alexis listens. She sees potential in Heather's story. She begins drafting an article about monsters who seek redemption, a piece meant to explore whether true change is ever possible for those society has written off, offering haunting insights about guilt, regret, and the hunger for attention that drove her madness. But soon, her veneer cracks. When Alexis presses her too far, asking whether she regrets killing innocent people, Heather explodes. Regret? No, darling. Regret is for people who didn't mean it. It's a bone-chilling moment. Alexis realizes she's been playing with fire. The secret deal. But then comes the twist. One night, Alexis receives a coded message slipped under her cell door. It's from a guard, a message that suggests Heather might be working with someone outside Pentonville. Someone powerful. Heather's sudden transfer? Not random. The person she's working with allegedly arranged it to keep Alexis safe. That revelation flips the script entirely. Could Heather actually be protecting Alexis on someone else's orders? The next day, Alexis confronts her. Who are you really protecting me from, Heather? Because it's sure as hell not the other inmates. Heather's grin fades. You're smarter than I remembered. Let's just say you've got friends, and enemies, you don't even know about. Alexis's mind races. Is this connected to her past as a lawyer? Her family ties to the Cassadines? Or something involving the recent Pentonville corruption probe that's quietly brewing back in Port Charles? Heather won't say more, but she does warn her. Keep writing, Alexis. But be careful what truth you tell. Sometimes the truth can kill faster than poison. Alexis's crisis of conscience. The warning haunts Alexis. Her instincts tell her that Heather is manipulating her, yet part of her senses that Heather's words hide a deeper message. When Alexis starts piecing together the timeline of transfers, guard shifts, and cell changes, she realizes Heather's presence isn't coincidence, it's containment. Heather was placed near Alexis not to torment her, but to monitor her. Alexis begins to write again, only this time she's not chronicling Heather's psyche, she's investigating her. Her journal entries detail every suspicious interaction, every name dropped. But as she digs deeper, Alexis notices her pages disappearing. Someone is reading her notes. And then, late one night, Heather confronts her in the dark. You think you're clever, Alexis. You're not the only one who can write history. The difference is, mine gets printed in blood. Heather's hidden mission. The next morning, the warden calls Alexis to his office. There's been a fire in the records room, a deliberate one. Files on several high-profile inmates are destroyed. Heather's name is on the transfer list again, this time for a medical evaluation. Alexis's gut twists. She knows this isn't over. Heather leaves her one last parting gift, a tattered copy of Alexis's own article with a line underlined in red ink. Sometimes redemption comes from the most unexpected protector. It's Heather's twisted way of saying goodbye, and perhaps a warning that their paths will cross again. The aftermath. Alexis's turning point. After Heather's removal, Alexis is left to deal with the wreckage, both literal and emotional. She's rattled, but something inside her has shifted. For all of Heather's insanity, she forced Alexis to confront her own demons. Alexis begins to mentor other inmates, offering legal guidance and leading writing sessions. Her resilience draws attention from a visiting journalist who proposes featuring her story in The Invader once she's released. But Alexis isn't fooled. She knows Heather's shielding wasn't entirely benevolent. It was a power move, a strategic manipulation within Pentonville's silent wars. Yet it also sparked something unexpected: Alexis's rediscovery of purpose. As she gazes out her cell window one night, Alexis whispers to herself, "You wanted me to write, Heather. Fine. I'll write our story, but I'll make sure it ends with me free, and you gone." The screen fades on Alexis's face, a mix of strength and sorrow, as a guard walks by carrying a file labeled H. Weber, classified. Final twist: Heather's return looms. Just when Alexis thinks she's safe, word spreads through Pentonville that Heather's medical transfer wasn't to a hospital, but to a federal facility. And she's rumored to be cooperating with an investigation involving several Port Charles figures, possibly even Sonny Corinthos. The final image? Alexis receives a mysterious envelope through prison mail. Inside is a photo of Heather, smiling in a hospital gown, with 3 chilling words scribbled on the back.